Human blood can attract sharks due to their extremely keen sense of smell, allowing them to detect tiny amounts of blood in the water from considerable distances. This ability helps them locate prey, as the blood in the water often indicates a wounded animal. However, it's important to note that sharks are not specifically attracted to human blood over other types of blood. Their interest is in the presence of blood itself, which signals potential food. Different species of sharks have varying levels of sensitivity to blood and other scents in the water, and their reactions can differ based on factors such as species, size, hunger, and environmental conditions. In this video, join me as we learn about other things that can attract sharks, so we can better avoid being attacked or bitten. Are you new to this channel? I really appreciate you subscribing and hitting the notification bell. There's a reason safety gear is often brightly colored, with yellow and orange being popular choices for everything from vests to wetsuits. They are easy to spot. It's believed that sharks are probably colorblind, as suggested by a 2020 review study by Australian researcher Nathan Hart, meaning sharks likely see only in shades of black and white. When someone wears a brightly colored swimsuit or rides a vibrant surfboard, sharks may be drawn to these items due to the contrast, not the actual color. This contrast can make brightly colored items look like prey to sharks. The term Yum Yum Yellow was coined after multiple shark attacks on U.S. Navy personnel wearing yellow life preservers in World War II, due to the color's stark contrast against the dark water. Even a black and white checked swimsuit could attract a shark's attention because it, too, is highly contrasting. Should you ditch the yellow polka dot bikini? Not necessarily. Experts at the International Shark Attack Files suggest that the added benefit of being easily visible to potential rescuers is something water lovers should consider. Moreover, the risk of being attacked by a shark is extremely low, with a 1 in 11.5 million chance, while the risk of drowning is 1 in 3.5 million. There's something fun about painting your nails with bright-colored polish before a tropical vacation. Nothing screams holiday like neon pink and orange fingers and toes, right? It turns out that some sharks are attracted to vibrant polish. According to George Burgess, sharks can mistake colorful toenails for a group of fish. Yikes! In 2015, a woman was bitten twice by a bull shark at Jacksonville Beach. Both bites were on her leg, and the attack could be attributed to the shark's confusion over her colorful nail polish. She had chosen a bluish-purple color, if you're curious. The shark may have thought her toes were a group of fish, prompting the attack. Since having a shark chomp on your toes is a surefire way to end a fun vacation, it's safer to stick with more natural colors. Did you know that sunburns and an uneven tan can attract sharks? The theory here relates to the shark's monochromatic vision. Since most sharks don't see color, the contrast of a bright red burn next to white skin could lure one of these predators towards what they might mistake for prey. The same goes for someone with an uneven tan. Dark skin next to a pale line from a bathing suit strap or tank top can create an intriguing contrast for a hungry shark. An article on the Britannica website suggests that sharks swimming and hunting prey in shallow water could easily mistake a tanned human foot with its pale underside for their next meal. The good news is that these attacks are typically quick and involve only one bite. Once the shark realizes its mistake, it usually swims away quickly. If you develop a noticeable tan or sunburn, it's safest to cover up when swimming in the ocean. While getting a tattoo can be a trendy way to express yourself, it can also make you more vulnerable to a shark attack. According to George Burgess, sharks can mistake a tattoo for a fish. As they've seen on more than one occasion, sharks biting a tattoo area where the tattoo is strikingly different from unusually pale skin. The reason is simple. Tattooing contrasts against the skin, making it appear like prey to a shark. Although sharks have excellent vision and can see 10 times better than humans underwater, most can't see color and struggle to discern things up close. According to an article published by the state of Hawaii, sharks are highly attracted to anything with noticeable contrast or reflectivity. Murky water doesn't affect their vision much due to a special layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum. As a result, they'll head straight for a colorful or even black and white tattoo if the contrast is great enough. Sharks aren't picky about jewelry, they're attracted to anything that sparkles and shines. When light reflects off a piece of metal, it can look like sunlight reflecting off a fish's scales, potentially confusing a shark into thinking your new Rolex is a tasty meal. Although sharks can see in murky conditions, a visible contrast or a glint can quickly catch their eye. If you're swimming in rough waves, the shine from your jewelry could attract unwanted attention. Similarly, the sheen from a silver bracelet could cause a shark to focus on your wrist. That's why experts at the Florida Museum of Natural History recommend leaving jewelry at home to reduce the risk of an unprovoked shark bite. If you're wearing a dive watch, researchers at the International Shark Attack File suggest tucking it into the sleeve of your wetsuit to eliminate the gleam. The American Red Cross advises against excess splashing. Splashing, screaming, or causing a commotion at the surface might lead sharks to mistake you for a sick or injured bird or fish, which are prey items for them. It's a good rule of thumb to avoid behaviors and appearances that could be mistaken for prey by sharks. This includes avoiding erratic movements and splashing, which can mimic the behavior of a sick or injured animal. Instead, act calmly and confidently, like a predator rather than prey. Erratic movements and splashing can also make the water murky, making it more challenging for sharks to distinguish between people and prey. Additionally, it's important to keep pets out of the water because their erratic movements may attract shark attention. Sharks are naturally curious and are drawn to unusual creatures in their environment. A small animal like a dog is more likely to be seen as prey than a larger animal. Sound appears to be a primary cue for sharks when they move into an area. Certain types of irregular sounds, such as those made by a swimmer in distress or a wounded fish, seem to attract sharks from significant distances. For instance, spearfishing always carries risks involving sharks and other predators. In Cape waters, there have been numerous attacks and close encounters involving spearfishermen and great white sharks. When a fish is speared, it often panics and thrashes around, which, combined with the presence of blood in the water, alerts sharks to the situation. The most dangerous moment in spearfishing is when the fish is on the spear. Even if the fish is dead on the spear, sharks may have detected the stress of the fish. According to a 2023 study published in Biology, sharks are attracted to stormy conditions. Large waves and rain create a feast of fish churned up by rough seas. This, combined with poor visibility, increases the risk of a shark bite for swimmers. Despite sharks having good vision, it can still be challenging for them to distinguish between humans and prey in cloudy water. Over a 5.5-year period, researchers studied the movement of large bull sharks near the shores of New South Wales. They found that sharks were more prevalent following storms that dropped over 1.7 inches of rain. Additionally, large bull sharks were observed closer to shore when ocean swells measured between 5.9 and 9.1 feet. This is something to keep in mind if you plan to surf storm swells on the Australian coast. Speaking of dangerous spots in Australia, the country is home to some of the most hazardous places to swim in the world. The takeaway? Exercise caution when exploring the waters off any coast, particularly after a significant storm. Swimming in dirty water probably isn't at the top of your vacation to-do list, for obvious reasons. If that wasn't reason enough to stick to lakes or pools, here's another good one to avoid splashing about in polluted seas: sharks. According to the Florida Museum of Natural History, sharks are attracted to water contaminated by things like sewage. Their interest in such waters stems from their preference for prey like fish, which are drawn to these areas in search of food. The murkier and more churned up the water, the better it is for fish trying to uncover a tasty treat. Before you breathe a sigh of relief, thinking you'd never swim in such conditions, consider that many beach destinations, including some in Europe, have been flagged for high pollution levels. Popular spots like Mallorca in Spain and Devon in England have received black flags due to pollution, some of which is caused by sewage. However, sewage isn't the only pollutant that can dirty water and attract sharks. Large rainstorms can wash everything from garbage to animal carcasses into the ocean, also drawing sharks to visit. Dolphins, seals, and sharks are attracted to the same prey, so anything that draws dolphins and seals can also attract sharks. This means that if you see dolphins or seals, sharks might be nearby. Additionally, sharks often hunt these marine animals.
Yes, yes, yes!
Oh my goodness. He's got it. He's got it.
Seals are a favorite meal for many large sharks because they have a lot of blubber, providing a high-calorie meal. While dolphins are less commonly hunted by sharks due to their speed and social behavior, they can still attract sharks, especially if they are injured or alone. It's understandable why sharks are attracted to fishing piers. These tourist hotspots essentially offer an all-you-can-eat buffet for nearby marine creatures. Any area frequented by fishing will have a similar effect. One of the main attractions for sharks? Blood. It's well known that sharks are drawn to the metallic scent of blood. While the idea that sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away is a myth, they can detect the equivalent of a drop of blood dispersed in a small swimming pool. Fishing piers act like giant takeout windows, serving complimentary meals to nearby sharks. Fresh bait, struggling fish, and the enticing scent of blood permeate the area. All a shark has to do for a quick lunch is swim by with its mouth open. The issue is that hungry sharks can easily mistake a nearby body part for a fish. For instance, in 2015, there were 2 attacks near a fishing pier over one weekend in North Carolina's Oak Island. To stay safe, avoid swimming near fishing piers, especially during dawn, dusk, and night, when sharks are more active. Experts at the Florida Museum of Natural History caution swimmers to be vigilant when spending time between sandbars and steep drop-offs because sharks are attracted to these areas. These regions are often teeming with fish, making them prime hunting spots for sharks, as reported by the Palm Beach Post. Shark expert George Burgess, former director of the shark program at the University of Florida, explained to the newspaper that fish like to congregate near sandbars to seek refuge from strong waves. Among the many creatures found around Florida sandbars are crabs, baitfish, and mangrove snapper, which take shelter from turbulent seas. Similar to fishing piers, sandbars create an all-you-can-eat buffet situation for sharks. Burgess noted that common shark species seen near Florida sandbars include spinner sharks, black-nose sharks, blacktip sharks, as well as hammerheads and lemon sharks. Although it might be tempting to admire the variety of marine life while snorkeling near a sandbar, it's safer to avoid these attractive spots for larger predators. Additionally, these areas are prone to dangerous rip tides. The Global Shark Attack File echoes this advice, cautioning swimmers to steer clear of sandbars and other natural formations that attract various sea creatures for feeding. A river mouth is the point where a river discharges into a larger body of water, which could be another river, a lake or reservoir, a bay or gulf, a sea, or an ocean. If you want to avoid encountering a sharp-toothed shark, experts advise against swimming near a river mouth. Research conducted by professors at Australia's Macquarie University found higher incidence of attacks by great white, tiger, and bull sharks near river mouths, especially after heavy rainfall. Australian researchers tracking bull sharks from 2017 to 2023 made similar discoveries, observing these sharks most frequently within 1,575 to 2,526 feet of a river mouth. According to Associate Professor Nathan Hart, the big 3 sharks are attracted to these areas because they attract fish. After a large storm, shark prey is more easily accessible in the area where the river meets the ocean. Rain washes nutrients and other organisms into the region, concentrating them at the river mouth. This creates a tempting buffet of food to attract various local fish. With so many creatures swimming around, it's no surprise sharks rush in for an easy meal. Not keen on becoming dinner for a bull shark? You can take some simple precautions, such as avoiding swimming at night. Sharks are drawn to shallower waters closer to shore during this time. Authors of the 2023 Australian study published in Biology caution swimmers in Southeast Australia to steer clear of the water between 12 and 4 p.m., as well as during any low light period. Their research found a higher presence of these large creatures prowling near the shore between 6 p.m. and 1 a.m. The Florida Museum of Natural History offers similar advice to swimmers, divers, snorkelers, and other water sport enthusiasts. Museum experts recommend staying on land during the darker hours found at dawn, dusk, and nighttime. This is when sharks are most active, following their prey closer to shore to feed. The reduced light during these times also impairs a shark's ability to see clearly, increasing the risk of mistaking humans for prey such as a school of fish or a seal. According to CNN, shark attacks are more frequent at night, making it prudent to head to dry land before the sun sets. Do you prefer swimming in warm water? You're not alone. Many sharks also enjoy gliding through temperate seas. According to a 2023 study of bull sharks in Southeast Australia published in the journal Biology, these hefty creatures were found closer to shore when the water temperature ranged from 68 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Since bull sharks are one of the most common species involved in worldwide shark attacks, it's important to remain vigilant in areas they frequent. Known as the Big Three, white, bull, and tiger sharks have been responsible for 612 attacks recorded by the International Shark Attack File since 1580. White sharks also prefer warmer water. A study conducted by South African researchers found an increase in shark sightings when the sea surface surface temperature was between 57 and 64 degrees Fahrenheit. According to their findings, white sharks were 8 times more likely to be spotted when the water temperature was 64 degrees in Musenberg compared to the cooler 57-degree temperature. In Fish Hook, white sharks were 5 times more likely to appear in 64-degree seas. If you happen to encounter a shark while snorkeling or scuba diving in warmer waters, there are actions you can take to stay safe, such as remaining calm, acting confidently, and staying with a group. Despite common belief, sharks do not hunt or specifically target humans for food. However, humans can be mistaken for prey or something edible when in the wrong place at the wrong time. Although these creatures harbor no ill intentions toward us, it's better to stick on the side of caution when swimming in the presence of these magnificent predators. Have you ever had a close encounter with a shark? What other factors do you think attract sharks? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.